that are not in the schedule in the first instance. And that is what this bill seeks to do. This bill lists entities that it purports that it is not purporting to remove from the schedule to the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act that are not listed in the schedule to that. I made that observation. The Judicial Service Commission is not listed as a budget agency. This bill seeks to remove from the schedule when it is not there in the first instance. And that is a matter of fact. At the very least, Mr. Speaker, at the very least, the mover of this bill recognized those fundamental flaws. Should have recognized those fundamental flaws. And should have ensured that the bill represented at least a properly edited. But I will go further, Mr. Speaker. And I would say that if the intent, was to give some substance to Article 222A of the Constitution, if the intent was to give some substance to Article 220 of the Constitution, and in particular the third schedule, then, Mr. Speaker, once again, this bill will come up very short. This bill, in fact, once again, is riddled with inadequacies. For example, Mr. Speaker, the bill rather conveniently ignores listed in the third schedule to the Constitution. The bill, for example, makes absolutely no mention of the Ethnic Relations Commission. It makes no mention of the Human Rights Commission. It makes no mention of the Women and Gender Equality Commission. It makes no mention. But what is more, Mr. Speaker, it addresses entities that are not currently the subject of the third schedule. It includes entities that are not currently the subject of the third schedule. If the intention, Mr. Speaker, was to give substance to the third schedule, then in that case, Mr. Speaker, at the very least, this bill should have been faithful to the list of entities identified in the third schedule. But that was not done. Instead, we now hear of an intention to amend, Mr. Speaker, of an intention to amend Article 222A of the Constitution. And in fact, we now hear an interpretation of the Constitution that seeks to suggest that Article 222A can be amended by a simple majority. And the reference that is being cited is Article 164 of the Constitution. That Mr. Williams did. You were not the only speaker, contrary to what you might believe, Mr. Williams. You were not the only speaker. And I apologize on your ignoring of his speech. But Mr. Speaker, as was cited by the Honourable Mr. Williams, and I did pay, unlike his colleagues on that side of the House, I did pay keen attention to his speech. Mr. Williams made reference to Article 164 of the Constitution. That article identifies a number of other articles of the Constitution that require a 2/3 majority for enactment. What is significant, Mr. Speaker, is that while 222 is listed, 222A is not. But more importantly, if one examines all, or at least a large number of the insertions of the a large number, because I haven't, in the space of time afforded me here, been able to verify all. But a number, certainly all of them that have the 2001 constitutional amendments inserted a number of articles, but because of the avoidance of the need to renumber the constitutional articles, to the number. So, for example, Article 128A, dealing with appointment of part-time judges. Article 149A, dealing with the right to work. Article 154A, dealing with the protection of human rights. Article 161A, dealing with appointment of staff of Elections Commission. All of these newly inserted articles that have this new number that avoid. None of them, Mr. Speaker, appear in Article 164. None of them appear, and so, Mr. Speaker, and so at the very least I would suggest that it would be somewhat simplistic simply to look at the printed text of Article 164. Ignoring the intentions of the framers of the constitutional amendment. The amendment, surely, Mr. Speaker, the intention could never have been that all of these newly inserted constitutional articles can now be amended by way of simple majority. Human rights, including protection of our. But surely, Mr. Speaker, we have in this honorable house, members who served on that constitution. In fact,
members, could I hear the Minister of Finance, please? We all have our own interpretations about 164. I have my own. But I will not, at this point in time, state my own opinion on 164.
thank you very much, sir. But in any case, sir, I make the point that surely in reading 164, it would appear perfectly obvious that the intention could never have been to exclude from the requirement of a two-thirds majority all of the insertions.
Honourable members, are we to allow the minister to speak, or do you want to engage him in a conversation and a dialogue? When members of the opposition spoke, there was not that
I listen attentively,
exchange.
sir.
I'm asking if you listen. Whether you agree or disagree, allow him please to continue.
Mr. Speaker, the bill, and in particular the arguments made by my colleagues on that side of the House in favor of the bill, seem to suggest that the removal from the schedule of the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act will somehow vest in the entities identified some I hesitate to use the word autonomy, some not exclusion, but some entitlement to be completely exempt. Exempt is the word. Will somehow vest in these entities an exemption from the budgetary process, an exemption from proper consideration and deliberation of their budgets, an exemption from approval of their budgets in this honorable house. That's crystal clear. And the national budget is ultimately determined by this honorable house. By this honorable house. Yeah. And so, Mr. Speaker, I wish to submit, as I did on that previous occasion, that this bill is flawed in some extremely basic ways. It is grounded on a misleading premise. Specifically, it is grounded and based on a selective reference to Article 228. It is, in fact, not even faithful to the same Article 223 in its selective identification of certain entities. And so, Mr. Speaker, I don't believe that this bill merits any further comment from me. I wish to urge this honorable House to act responsibly. I wish to urge this honorable House to act responsibly and to reject this bill, unless the honorable member wishes to see the light and withdraw it, to remedy it. And I believe there may still be time for him to do so. But were he not to do so, I wish to urge this honourable House to do the proper thing and reject this bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to thank colleagues for contributing to the deliberations on this particular item, and to say that the observations made by the distinguished Minister of Finance as regards the additional items turns out to be the very item that I took to the attention of the House. Okay, so it's a little bit of a Columbus here. We agree secondly, Mr. Speaker, as regards the intention of the bill was the same intention that informed the minister when he removed the Auditor General's office from the list, from the schedule. Exactly the same. And now he's telling us it has no merit. They removed it for the same reason, except, of course, the arrangements surrounding the Auditor General and the Auditor General's office are a little less transparent. Let us leave it that way. We will see in time. So it was removed as it should have been removed, as the others should have been removed at the same time also. It should not have needed us to bring it here because it was brought to their attention.
And we would have supported it.
As regards, yes. As regards the if you like, the operational dimension of the Fiscal Management Accountability Agency for these constitutional offices, may I say that, again, I did also draw attention now and in the course of the debate on the motion to the fact that the entities are to be held to the same accounting standards and auditing standards as all the others. So again, that is nothing new. I said it and I think we have no difficulty with that idea. Mr. Speaker, may I take the opportunity to say to you that it is true that removing these entities from the list would not by itself ensure that they are constitutional offices exempt from what I call the discretion of the Minister of Finance and Financial Secretary. But in order to ensure that the progress in this House wasn't held up, we went ahead with this amendment, and we will be bringing an additional amendment which will help to clarify some of the very points made by the Minister. They will be made within a day or two, not arising from anything he said, but just to reflect the points that he made. It is good that we share with him the idea that additional factors are needed. So, Mr. Speaker, we are not here to determine whether 164 requires, whether 164 applies to 222 and not 222A or 222A and not 222B. We will deal with that when we come to the constitutional amendment. But for the moment, let it be noted, 222A, we agree with the Minister, is not reflected in Article 164. That's official for the time being. When in fact, the amendment they made by way of the introduction of these items under the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act was done by way of a simple majority. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I commend the
Honourable members, I will proceed to put a question for the second reading, but I believe that I'm duty bound to state that as I have indicated to Mr. Bridges, I did have some reservations about this bill, but as I have previously stated, I do not have the powers to prevent bills from coming forward, save and except if they make a charge on the consolidated fund or something of that nature. There are concerns over the constitutionality issues. We have heard that a bill is going to be coming. There are concerns that I may be seeking legal advice on that because, as my colleague in Dominica did some time ago, she in fact refused to have a bill go forward unless it required the 2/3 majority. So I will be consulting she overcame that issue, but as I indicated, I do have some concerns about constitutional issues, but when the bill is brought proper, in due course, as we've heard, we will look at it on its own merits. Honourable members, the question is that the bill be now read a second time. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. No. I think that the ayes have it. Mr. Clark, please let the bill be read a second time.
Fiscal Management and Accountability Amendment Bill 2012, Bill number 24 of 2012.
Thank you. Honourable members, the Assembly will resolve into committee to consider the bill clause by clause. However, there are two clauses to this bill. The Assembly is in committee. Honourable members, the Assembly is in committee. I propose that clause 1 stand part of the bill. Those in favour say aye. Those against? No. I better from that. There seems to be some. It's the same. I'll have to put it back. I put the question that clause 1 stands as part of this bill. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against? No. I'm still just as. I'm still a division. I now put clause 1 now stands as part of this bill. I now put the question that clause 2 stands as part of this bill. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Green.
I'm seeking to propose an amendment to clause 2A, namely the deletion of the Judicial Service Commission. As I indicated in my presentation.
However, I now propose that clause 2 stands as part of this bill as amended with the deletion of the Judicial Service Commission. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against? No. The ayes have it. Clause 2 stands as part of the bill. We will now resume in assembly. Thank you, honourable members. The question is that the bill, as amended, be reported to the assembly. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. No. The ayes have it. Let the assembly resume. Honourable members, the third stage, I invite Mr. Greenwich to report.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to report that the Fiscal Management and Accountability Amendment Bill 2012 was considered in committee clause by clause and was passed with amendment. I now move that the bill be read the third time and passed as amended.
Honourable members, the question is that the bill be now read the third time and passed as amended in committee. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against? No. The ayes have it. Let the bill be read the third time.
Fiscal Management and Accountability Amendment Bill 2012, Bill number 24 of 2012.
Thank you.
Speaker, they put the amendment.
Civil Service Commission.
Members, there is a proposed amendment. I now put the amendment. Those in favor of the amendment say aye. Aye. Those against? No. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Honourable members, I therefore propose that clause 2 stands as part of this bill as amended. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Then the ayes have it. Thank you very much. We will now resume. So, Mr. Village, could you report as you had?
That the Fiscal Management and Accountability Amendment Bill 2012 was considered in committee clause by clause and was passed with amendment. I now move that bill be read a third time and passed as amended.
Honourable members, the question is that the bill be now read a third time and passed as amended in committee. Those in favor say aye.